It's the summer, which means for most sports, it's the off season. But to be honest, most athletes treat the off season like a break, when in reality, it's not a break. It's a chance to get better. It's a chance to separate yourself from your competition, from your opponents. It's a chance to become a part of that 1%. The off season is where the real difference is made between average players and game changers. So if you're watching this, you're probably not okay with being average. You're probably one of the few people who wants to make a difference on their team and become a real game changer. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can dominate your offseason and come back scary good. And I'm even going to give you a workout schedule that you can use regardless of what sport you play. So let's be real. A lot of athletes treat the offseason like a break. You know, they've gone through the season, bumps and bruises, busted ass, right, throughout the season. So they're like, okay, I can take a break. It's the offseason. It's finally my chance to go on vacation, do this, do that, just go through the motions. You know, maybe they'll do a workout here and there. Maybe they'll do a pickup game, flag football game, stuff like that. And then the season starts, and then boom, they wonder why they're still mid. Trust me, I've been there, thinking that I was growing, but in reality, there was no real gains, no growth, nothing. When I was in high school, I played football, and during the off season, I thought I was working harder than anybody else. And to be honest, I kind of was. I was actually working during the offseason where a lot of my team, it seemed like they weren't really doing anything. But the only thing I was doing was going to the gym. If I just work out hard in the gym, then I'll come back as a beast. But to be honest, that's not what happened because I worked out the wrong way. I thought that going to the gym was the only thing I needed to do. And then here and there, I would work on catching and do some ladder drills. But that wasn't enough. So that brings me to point number 1. Audit your game plan. Where do you suck at? Be honest. Can you not catch under pressure? Do you have bad footwork? Can you not shoot threes? Whatever it is, whatever your weakness is, that's your game plan. When I played football, yeah, here and there, I would throw the ball a little bit. I would go out. If somebody was down, I would run routes with them, but I didn't do it enough. I thought that going to the gym was all I needed to do. And honestly, even a lot of athletes who are working during the off season, they don't train the right way. They think that going to the gym is all they need. They think getting bigger is all they need to do. But they don't realize that actually focusing on your sport specific exercises, your sport specific drills is actually what's going to help. Instead of focusing on the gym and running a few routes here and there, what I should have been doing was really focusing on catching by myself, focusing on the hand-eye coordination by myself, doing the fundamental route techniques. That's what I should have been doing. And even now, I play rugby now, and big weakness of mine is passing. And because I just started, I really got to work on passing. So that's what I've been emphasizing throughout the past few weeks is passing, especially on my left side. Is all I've been doing is spending 30, 40 minutes just passing, hundreds of times a day just to really get good at passing. Really good basketball players, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, they would spend hours just shooting. Tom Brady, hours watching film, hours throwing the ball. It's really getting down to the fundamentals of your game, getting down to the fundamentals of your sport, the skills. Get to the fundamental of the skills and really just double down on that. That will separate you from the rest. And speaking of just going to the gym, that brings me to point number 2. You need a plan, a good plan for this off season. Not just push-pull legs. That's not going to make you good at your sport. Push-pull legs isn't going to do anything. You need a really good workout plan. There's a workout plan that will help regardless of what sport you play. Monday and Wednesday, full body. Tuesday, Thursday, speed and skill-based work. No matter what sport you play, focus on the skills. If it's basketball, focus on basketball skills. Football, you play receiver, focus on your routes. Quarterback, focus on your drop back. You know, you're throwing on a rollout, stuff like that. It works no matter what sport you play. And then Friday is like the miscellaneous day. Mobility, functionality, injury prevention, stuff like that. And then Saturday and Sunday, I recommend you rest. You can do stuff if you want to, a little active recovery, maybe a little light thing, maybe some pickup, whatever. just to hone your skills, you can, but I recommend you rest, which brings me to number 3, rest and recovery. Guys, do not listen to what these guys say when they say it's grind, grind, grind. Honestly, even people like Tom Brady, who's like, I'm grinding, I'm not taking any rest, blah, blah, blah. No. The reason why those guys can say that is because they have access to the best recovery ever. That's why. They have access to machines, cryogenic machines, and those leg compressor things. They have access to the greatest recovery ever. But if you're watching this, I'm guessing you're not a pro athlete. You're probably just an amateur athlete, just like me, and you don't have access to all that stuff. That's why it's more important for you guys to emphasize rest. We might not have access to any of that stuff, but we can focus on the things we can do. Stuff like your stretching, foam rolling, getting enough food in you, hydrating. Guys, water is very important. I make sure I drink 4 of these a day, which equals a gallon. I take a piss a lot. I piss almost like every 3 minutes. I have to take a piss, but I don't care. Hydration is key. Getting your protein in, getting enough sleep. At least 6 hours of sleep. Recommended 8, but I know it's hard. Even like honestly, most nights I only get like 6 hours of sleep, but it is recommended 8 hours of sleep. So please, guys, please rest and recover. Don't just grind. Take Saturday and Sunday to rest so that you don't get hurt. Please. Gains are seen after recovery, and that's the truth. Now, this offseason is your chance to dominate, not for attention, but for dominance. There's a difference between playing and performing. You don't need motivation, you need a standard. You don't need hype, you need habits. You don't even need people to believe in you. You have you, and you need to believe in the work that you're doing.